What's up guys, today we're going to be installing the Chimera Cold Air intake for the Z125 Pro. It'll remove the stock airbox and it comes with everything you need to do this, so you don't have to get anything extra guys. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is take the old airbox off and slap this on and then we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get to it guys. Just to make this a little easier on yourself, there's a push pin right here, and then you just want to remove these two screws, the one on the side fairing and the one that's by the tank there, and then that'll let you get the side panel off, so it'll make it a little easier to install this thing. You're also going to want to remove the bolt by the passenger foot peg. After that guys, it's just a couple rubber push grommets holding everything on, so you can pretty easily get it all off in one pull, and it all just comes off in one piece like that. Pretty easy. Here you guys can see the stock airbox. It's freaking huge, and here's the snorkel that comes down into the intake. All we have to do is just take this stock box off guys. It looks like it's only held on by just a couple screws, so it should come out pretty easily. And then basically the Chimera just bolts on right here, and it'll just put a K&N filter right here, so it'll eliminate all this mass and weight, and it'll just free it up so the engine can breathe a lot better, because there's only, we'll show it when you pull it off, but there's only a little tiny hole on the other side where it sucks the air in. So we're going from like a tiny little hole and all this monstrosity just a straight air right into the engine. One more screw on the other side guys, at the top at the same spot. I'm not even going to take this side plastic all the way off, just enough to pop that screw out, and then we'll be able to remove the entire airbox. There's also an airbox drain hose guys. You want to just go ahead and pull that out of its spot right now, because that's going to come out. You don't need that with the new Chimera intake, so you can just get that ready for when you pull the airbox out. So one more screw guys hidden up behind the snorkel here, so just go ahead and remove that too. You guys are going to want to disconnect the horn too, so you'll have a little bit easier way to get it off, otherwise the horn's right in the way. So once you got that off, just go ahead and pull the airbox out. On the back corner here, you guys are also going to want to disconnect this breather hose. That's going to reconnect in line on the Chimera. It'll make it easier to pull the box out. So here's the stock box all out guys. As you can see, it's huge. It's pretty heavy, but look back here. These two little holes right here, that's the only air intake for the engine. These two little holes right here. So we're gonna take all this off, eliminate all that weight, and it's just gonna be straight air from the Chimera into the engine, which is gonna help increase power all around, torque and everything. So let's go ahead and slap this thing on guys. So now that we got that all out guys, we just go ahead and slip the Chimera intake over top of the throttle body where the old one was, the snorkel. This is what the K&N filter is gonna attach to, so we just slip that on. And then we'll attach the K&N pod filter to that. Just kind of position it good before we tighten everything down. You also want to snake that breather tube around that we took off the back of the old airbox, and you're gonna place that onto the Chimera's intake for that. Well, there we go guys, all installed. All you got to do now is button up your side plastics and go for a rip. Fairly easy. I'd say that took me about 30 minutes guys, but yeah, definitely the increased airflow is definitely going to help with the power and just keeping the engine running better. All in all, a good worthy upgrade guys. Probably one of the first things you want to do. The weight savings from the stock airbox and just the increased airflow is just going to help the engine breathe better and run better all around, and give you a little increase in power and everything else, especially when you get an aftermarket exhaust on there, which is coming next. So stay tuned guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. Well guys, as you can see, we did a few things to the Z. I installed the Chimera Cold Air intake for the Z125. I also installed the TST Industries integrated tail light and the man in the box fender eliminator kit. So that shit looks fresh. But we want to take the Z for a ride, check out how the Chimera works, see if it makes any noticeable difference. If you guys want to check out the install and review on the other stuff, you guys will have to check those videos out separately. Well, let's see how this Chimera goes. Oh man, it definitely adds some noise from removing that stock airbox. More of like a little brap noise, probably from the increased airflow. It definitely does make it a little bit louder guys, that increased airflow. I do notice a slight power increase. I mean, not a ton, but definitely better than that stock airbox. I'll have to see when I get an aftermarket exhaust and couple that with the air intake, how that does. An overall improvement. That should give us even more we might have to get a fuel controller. Just changing all this stuff can affect the fuel mix, but Bazaz makes a ZFI fuel controller that you can plug in and then download custom maps, so that way we can get the most out of the bike. Yeah, it definitely made it a lot louder than it was, at least when you're rolling on the throttle. Yeah, but she's cruising pretty good. 58, and I'm not even wide open throttle right there, so that's not bad. Can't wait to get that Two Bros Suburban Delinquent Edition Comp S. That'll be fresh. Alright guys, this is the Chimera Cold Air intake for the Z125. Great buy. Go ahead and pick one up, guys. I love it. What a day! You working up a sweat out here. You working up a sweat. Oh man, what a day for yard work. Oh man, dog's freaking out. So when we brapping? Oh, look at that! Look at that root! Rake that shit!